Coach, defeat away from home, still number 2. Your assessment of the game?
Yeah, I think it was a game whereby we showed bravery, because we did not just come here to win the game. We wanted to win the game. I'm sure you would have seen that during the first half we were more dominant, but yes, we did not create clear cut chances. If there was a team that should have scored and gone to half-time leading, I believe it was us, Richards Bay. And then in the second half, we had to be responsive, because you could see they sent 3 strikers, and then we had to go back to the 4 defenders. But even like that, it's not that we're going to sit back. We're relying on still using our fullbacks to go forward. We did that. They were sitting, trying to catch us on the counter. But our rest defense was very good in terms of closing those counter-attacks. And you could see as the game was progressing in the second half, it was going to be the game of one margin. And then you could see also that the goal was going to come from the set-piece play, just a lapse of concentration, and then we got punished. But we are proud of the boys. They did everything that we told them to do as a technical team.
The resilience that you had last game, that was lacking tonight. Any tiredness on the players taken from the game?
I don't think it was lacking. It was still there. It's just that the games are different tactically. You should also understand that the approach becomes different, more especially in the second half. I think we are a team that we raise our game in the second half, but at the same time we also need to respond tactically. Yes, it's true, we have few players that were cramping, of which I think it's also destabilized our structure in terms of defending the set piece plays. Keta Shabalala went out because of the cramps. Abel Mabaso went out because of the cramps. So that's also disturbs the structure. That's why we were not so organized in terms of defending this corner kick. But in terms of resilience, I think we still showed this. We still fought. Every player wanted to win the game. Every player pushed enough. There was no player that was leaking.
Coach, I'm looking at the way the results have been coming. I mean, you almost found yourself in the same situation with Swallows. They've had 2 draws in a row, and then you also had to fight hard to get a draw out of the game that you played, Yamazulu. Surely something was telling you that a defeat was coming somewhere. Where do you think you lost it, apart from the goal itself, but in terms of the Richards Bay that started this season like house on fire, to where you are now, where you're just going for 1 point?
Yeah, look, it's not that the defeat was coming. The games, as we've started the second leg, are becoming more tougher and tougher, and the teams are also analyzing us as a team. They are also analyzing our players as individuals. So we are also trying to come up with strategies whereby we're not going to be predictable. But even if you could look at those games that we drew, I think you're referring to Super Sports United. We could have won this game. It's a draw whereby we believe for us it was like 2 points lost. After this game we drew against the Amazulu. Also, if you could check that game, it's a game also we could have won. So we came here, away game, and we are correct, we are aware of the 2 draws. So we said to ourselves, this is not a goal like for a 3rd game in a row without having won the game. That's why, if you could see, our approach was the offensive one, but unfortunately we couldn't win this game.
Coach Pitso, is there a magic number in terms of when you do your budgeting, in terms of especially as first timers in the top flight? One would also say perhaps if you look at the points and the difference between the teams, a lot of the teams that are up there are closer to perhaps even the bottom half of the table than they are to the locked leaders. Is there a magic number that you are going after? Especially, I know we spoke a few months ago where securing the status was more crucial than chasing this CAF Champions League spot even.
Yeah, look, I think there's one thing that we should make it certain as a team, Richards Bay FC. We are not safe as yet. We are not safe. you can't be safe if mathematically you can still be threatened. The only time that we are safe is when mathematically you are declared safe. But what I can tell you, our chairman is helping us like to manage the targets in terms of the points that we should accumulate as a team. Within the league, we've got our mini leagues, but let me tell you the challenge that we are having right now. As of all the blocks, we're aware this block from 15 games to 20 games is going to be the challenging one. The reason being, the block started with Marumo Galants away, and then there was Super Sports away. The only game that we played at home was Amazon. So the fourth game in a block was this one, Swallows FC. And then the fifth game, it's gonna be Sekhukhune United. So as of these 5 games, we only had, or we are having only 1 game at home. This we have already played against Amazon. So in terms of the targets, we've got our own targets that are being realistic. Out of these 5 games, I can tell you now, we are still within the reach of our targets, concerning that we win the game against Sekhukhune United.
Coach, I think it is quite strange that you're going to walk away from this game with no shots on target in this game. I just want to find out what was the difficulty in finding that final pass, attempt that final pass, that killer instinct, and to create as many chances as you can to get a goal. Because clearly the players didn't display that today, because they lacked that final touch in creating a goal.
Yeah, look, if you could go to all the games in our league, and then you look at those stats, you'll find that it's almost the same in terms of the targets, but it's a concerning factor. One should not just compare himself or the team with other teams. Where there's a room to improve, we should improve. But you've also given a good answer that it's also about the decision making in the last third, because we reach the last third a lot. We also need to make good decisions. We also need to take risks, in the last third. We've got that liberty as a player whereby you can take risks rather than at the back. You can't take those risks. You must put those the defense splitting passes. These are the things that we should work on. We must go wide. If there's a moment of brilliance that you can produce as a player, we need to give the players that freedom, and we are giving them. So these are the things that we work on. We are aware of them, and I think it's not a big stress whereby we're discussing this kind of challenges. Football could be discussing worse challenges. I think this one will work on and then improve as a team.
But Coach, I'm looking at the window that just closed, just to have the last one with you. Was there any players that how did you feel that you could have done? How do you feel that you could have done good transfer window, looking at the challenges, the striking, and every other department as a club? We need to find out from you, what is it that probably was your challenge? Were there any players that you were looking at bringing on board, or are there any players that you're still eyeing for the June transfer?
No. For us, the window did not affect us in any way. We were not going for any player. We believe that the team that we've got is strong enough to give us the desired results. We still believe in these boys, and even like today, it's not just they were struggling. Like I said, sometimes if goals of football are not on the side, but it's not the matter of saying we should have strengthened the team. We believe in the team that of course is very strong enough to give us the desired results.